Well, we continue reading Iliad Book 6, and I think we're up to about line 171. And so, in the story, Bellerophon has been accused by Proitos' wife of trying to interfere with her. Proitos wants to punish him but doesn't want to get his hands dirty and doesn't want defilement, so he sends him off to somewhere else, along with, and bringing along with him these baleful signs, so bringing him along letters in which there is written many soul-destroying things. In other words, it's a letter that says, kill the bearer of this letter. But this is Bellerophon, he went Lykia to Lykia, there's our ending det, to, in the direction of, under the, this is a mumon again, under the high escort of the gods, under the, well, literally blameless, but it's probably not the meaning of the word here. And when, in fact, Ixe, this is from hiko, to come, you see it in the form hikneomai in later Greek, this is a shortened version, hiko. But when he came then to Lykia and to flowing Xanthus, that's the river, the Lord of broad Lykia, we're not told what his name is, but the Lord of broad Lykia, tien, this is from this little verb tio, to honour. This is the imperfect, but probably we'll just translate it as simple past. So the Lord of broad Lykia honoured him prophonios, graciously or gladly. There's the verb, xenisi, he entertained him, enia, for 9 days, and he sacrificed 9 oxen. The number 9 generally denotes incompleteness and is resolved by the number 10, which is one of the important numbers in ancient numerology. 10 is important because it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So it's the sum of the first 4 numbers is 10, and therefore that was thought of as being somehow special, and so 9 is somehow incomplete. And when, now that's an adjective agreeing with eos, and this is a compound adjective, so it's 2 termination. Literally, when then the 10th rosy-fingered dawn. So when rosy-fingered dawn appeared, decate, we would say on the 10th day. But they're using that as an adjective with dawn. He inquired at that time of him, and he asked to see the Sama, the baleful signs. Hoti, that, I think here, Proitos, and this is, he was carrying, this is optative, from the brother-in-law for him, that is, of this king of Lykia, from Proitos. So from his brother-in-law Proitos. Alter, but when he received the evil notice, the evil sign from his brother-in-law, Gambru, at that time he bid understand him, that is Bellerophon. Pef nemen is an aorist, reduplicated aorist infinitive, to slay the chimera. And the chimera is this rather funny looking adjective, anonectan. It means either raging or invincible, but the true meaning is not really known. So the raging chimera, and then a description of the chimera. It, or she, this is the chimera, was then of a divine race, not from men. In the front, she's a lion. In the back, she is a dracon, a snake. and in the middle a chimera, which is a goat. So it's a rather strange creature, and it's breathing the terrible menos, strength of blazing fire. Puros aithomenoia. And trusting, pithesas from patho, trusting in the portents of the gods, he slew, duplicated aorist again from this pheno root, it, or her, that's the chimera. This is all very obscure. We don't know what these portents of the gods were that he's trusting in, or what they actually did, but that's what he says. The whole story here is shrouded in some degree of obscurity. Secondly, moreover, it's adverbial here, he fought with the glorious Solomoisi. This is an indigenous, these are the indigenous inhabitants of Lykia. They're mentioned in Herodotus, Book 1. And Kratistein de tain gemakein fator dumenai andron. He said that he said that he descended into the strongest battle of men. In other words, he claimed that this was the toughest battle with men that he had engaged in, and thirdly, moreover, he slew, aorist again, these man-like Amazons. These are female warriors, the Amazons. Again, it's quite cryptic, we don't know the details of it. The next line also, we get a change of subject. Hu fine, he wove, and the subject of this is the brother-in-law of Proitos. So he wove, so for him coming back, so when he was making his way back, this king of Lykia wove another Pokinon Dolon cunning plot. Krinas, having chosen, it's an aorist participle, having chosen the best photos, the best men. Now, there are two words here, one mustn't confuse. There's foes, which is light, and there's foes with a different accent, which just means a man. So he chose the best men from broad Lykia, and Hese from, well, perhaps from Hesdo, he set Lokos a trap. And this is a lovely line here. They, I think for the toy, u nemoitoi, they did not come back home again at all. So they did not get to come home, for respectful Bellerophon, high-minded Bellerophon, slew them all. This is Amumon again, lordly Bellerophon slew them all, which is why they didn't come home again. But when, now Gignoske, the subject of this again is this king of the Lycians, when he came to know, when he realised that that's Bellerophon, being of the noble race of a god, he detained him, min for auton, autu is that locative there, in that place. So he detained him there, and didu, imperfect, he, but I think just translate by simple past, he gave, so he, in fact, gave his daughter, that's the personal adjective again, hein thugatera, and he gave to him half, passes times, half of the value of his kingdom. And the Lycians, and we get this expression temenos tamon. These are obviously connected etymologically. This is the verb here, it's from temno. And a temenos is something which is set aside or cut off. So this is literally the they set aside they set aside, they cut off, they set aside a plot of land, exokon, better than all the others, exceeding all the others. And then we get this is probably an adverb here, beautiful, and we get some defining genitives. So beautiful, beautifully comprising of orchards and ploughed fields, so that he might look after it, so that he might tend it.